Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, scholars and dignitaries, welcome to another episode. Welcome to my world. Hello, friends. I actually had a $1 million bill. Unfortunately, I bought it in a novelty shop, and no store could change a bill that large, and for some reason, the bank wouldn't cash it for me. So, no, I'm not going to give you $1 million today. No, that's not what this video is about. What it is about, though, is a television program from the 60s where a man did give away $1 million every week to a family that he thought was deserving, or perhaps maybe they had a lesson to learn, like that money isn't everything. The program was called The Millionaire, and it was about an anonymous donor, John Beresford Tipton, who was a multi-billionaire. Every week, he employed his executive assistant, Michael Anthony, to give away tax-free $1 million to either someone who needed the money desperately or to someone to help them learn a valuable lesson.
My name is Michael Anthony. Until his death, I was executive secretary to one of the world's richest men, John Beresford Tipton. He had what was perhaps the strangest hobby in the world, and one of the few fortunes large enough to indulge it.
And every episode would start out with him saying, "My name is Michael Anthony." And then they would tell the story about the charitable donation and what would happen when people received the money. And there wasn't always a happy ending. Money can do strange things to people, especially if and when there's a lot of it. By the way, I saw $1 million once. I don't gamble, but we took a flight out to Las Vegas once in the mid-'70s for a mini vacation, and there was a casino there that advertised that they had $1 million on display for everyone to see. Well, to us, that was intriguing. So we all took a taxi over there, and yes, there was in the lobby of that casino a huge bulletproof glass box with $1 million in it. And of course, two armed security officers standing to the right and left of it. Anyway, it was a lot of money. And just how much money was it? Well, there was a television episode back in the 60s where a man would inherit $1 million, but only if he could spend it all in one day, in 24 hours. The only stipulation was that he could only buy one of each item. Now, price wasn't a problem, but again, he could only buy one of each item. So he bought a house and then a car and a plane and hadn't even spent $100,000 yet. So he bought a watch, a necklace, furniture, a vacation package, jewelry, and as many other items as he could possibly think of. And again, only one of each, and hadn't even spent his second $100,000. So the point is that, especially back then, $1 million was a lot of money, and it still is even now. But with the inflation factor, that $1 million back then is actually worth over $12 million today. Seriously, back then it would have been hard to spend $1 million, but today it would be much easier. Everything costs more. But how would you spend it? Well, first of all, everyone, and I mean everyone, should pay off their debts. There are even financial analysts and investors that will say, first, get out of debt. If nothing else, it reduces the interest that you pay to banks and any fines or fees you might incur. Then, generally, they'll say to set some money aside for an emergency fund. You know there are always little unforeseen bills or emergencies that crop up. Then save some for retirement. The truth is that those retirement years creep up very fast, and you do want to make sure that you have a little set aside for those years. Analysts would say to invest that money either in real estate, in the stock market, or in a business, both to safeguard it, but also to help it grow. They would tell you to give money to charity. Now, of course, this is a personal decision, but one guiding principle is from the Bible, which says that 10% of all you have should be given either to the church or to other charities to help the poor, hungry, and homeless, to strengthen society, and to give back to help others as you've been helped. But again, it's your decision how much. Some may want to give a token gift, and some will give it all away. And of course, take some and spend it on yourself and your family. Buy a new car, even a sports car. Buy jewelry, buy that house you've always wanted. Plan a lavish getaway, do a makeover, buy a few sets of new clothes. But No alcohol, drugs, or gambling. Don't just give your money away like that. Now, one more tip. $1 million used to be an insane amount of money. Literally, if you were frugal and with the right investments and strategy, it would easily outlast your lifetime. But that isn't the case today. So, the first and only piece of advice I can offer you is this: no matter what, don't touch that money until you make a plan, a financial plan, until you have a plan in writing that you believe is realistic and that you can live with and will follow. And if you need professional help to draft that plan, don't hesitate. There are some areas that we need help in. And to be sure, being a millionaire is one of those areas that's really outside my area of expertise. So there's no crime in asking for a little help. Hey, be safe, be well, and yes, I hope someday you know the joys of having $1 million without knowing the sorrows that may also come along. And may God bless.